Keion, and this is The Real Thing.
What's up, compas? We're back with another episode of The Real Thing podcast presented to you by the Creative Genius Studios. I'm AnVe, aka Mr. Northtown's Finest, and today I'm here with a very, very special guest, someone who I've been following for a long time. Purchased stuff from his store, great store, love the store, love the environment and the hospitality he brings every time I go in there. And man, it's an honor and a pleasure to have him here. We got Keion from the Hause Collective.
What's happening, y'all? What's happening?
Not much, brother. How's your day been going? How's these last couple of days been like for you?
It's been pretty lit, bro. The weekend was crazy because of the first Friday, and then the market in the alley. So I just been hella busy doing these pop-ups and stuff.
That's always at like the end of the month, right?
The beginning of the month. Well, they have throughout the whole month, but they always the night market at Uncommons is like every first Saturday.
I was okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw you post that. And I was like, at the Uncommons, I didn't know they did that.
Yeah, every first Saturday they be in there. The night market be super lit, So that'd be like my part 2 of First Friday. So I go crazy First Friday, and then we do the night market, and then Sunday was Easter, so I was kicking it with the fam.
I've never been a vendor of any sorts. How do you go about getting into First Friday?
Well, First Friday is very tough to get into. Like I used to email them and apply every month for like a year or two. So one day I just pulled up and asked them if they had like any free spots, and I got plugged in. And ever since then it's been up ever since. I used to vend like closer to like Reclaim and stuff like that. But that's more like the vintage side. And people like to haggle a lot, and when it comes to the prices. But when you in First Friday, people actually come down and support the artists and their creations and stuff. So I don't really get too much of pushback when it comes to my prices. And, it's really difficult when I'm selling my brand next to people who selling vintage, because people will come out there with like $60 trying to get a lot of pieces, but sometimes you come to my booth, $60 might get you one piece.
Yeah.
So it'd be kind of tough being next to them. So that's why I like being next to actually in the main area of the First Friday, because people actually they appreciate the art.
So are you only vending your clothes, or is it you still include vintage pieces as well?
I only bring just my brand when I'm outside, because the store is already the store, and I hold all the vintage there. And plus, that's a lot of stuff for me to bring, is the vintage and my custom clothes. So when I'm outside, I like to pop out and show people my creations and what I can do, and then people appreciate that. And then I tell them that we got a store too with vintage and stuff as well.
I don't want to get too much into it because we'll get into it later. But man, I love your store so much. I went there recently trying to find you because I was trying to secure this interview, and I was like, let me pop up and talk to him in person. And I couldn't find you. I think I went there like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, man.
Couldn't find you. My guy's a busy guy, but I was looking around, and then I saw a section where like my size is included, and usually for the longest I've never been able to I don't want this oh, what was me, the poor fat guy, but I've never been able to go to the mall and find clothes for myself. So when I went into your store, I was like, oh shit, I'm included in here, and this feels great. Yeah. So even though I didn't get to see you, I did leave with a positive note of knowing that Keion's looking out for the big people, the big boys, you know what I'm saying?
100%. Well, now I'm trying to do more pop-ups, and I'm trying to network more. So that's why I hired the homie to hold it down for me so I can be outside a little bit more. And I know most stores, not just resale, but just most stores in general, don't really hold over 2XL, you feel me? Especially in the mall I'm in, there's not really too many stores that hold that big size, or when it comes to clothes and shoes. So that's why we might as well hold a big and tall section, 2XL and up. That section actually moves pretty well, because we the only store in the mall that has that size. So it's pretty good.
Yeah. We'll get into that more later. And again, thank you so much for including us.
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah. But talk to me about your childhood. What was it like growing up? Where did you grow up?
Well, I was born in Cali, but my parents separated, so I just been moving around a lot. I live in 8 different states. I went to 3 different high schools and stuff, so I just been bouncing around all over for me. But when it comes to I started making clothes in high school. I took a sewing class, and then I just fell in love with it after that. So I just been always sewing and upcycling clothes. My mom would take me to the thrift store. That's where I would usually shop at. That's when it was kind of frowned upon. Now it's lit, but back then Like I was like doing that in like 2008, 2009. You know
Oh
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So
For sure.
people wasn't really hip to it then. And then so it just kind of just kept growing. And then once I moved out here, um, that's when I opened up our store like 4 years ago. And then that's when I started like going like actually serious with my brand and actually really selling it. I was
Oh,
just making clothes for me.
so you recently moved over here?
Well, no, I've been out here since like 2014.
Okay.
But I was like just just having a good job. I used to work in HVAC, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. But it wasn't my vibe. I'm always like been a creative type of person,
Yeah.
and I knew it wasn't me. So
Something like that lane, just so like structured and just like
yeah,
this is what it's like cut and dry.
it was tough, bro. I only really got into it during quarantine. Like when COVID is happening, and I saw that the only people that was working was the what they call like the essential workers
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. And I was like, bro, I gotta make sure that I'm always making bread. I can't be not making bread. So when COVID was going on, I signed up for the HVAC school, and then I got a job within like 2 months after I graduated school and stuff. And it was cool as I was going through the school. I was liking it, but then when I actually got into the field, I'm like, this is not my vibe, bro. I don't like being in other people's roofs, on tops of roofs and in attics. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Hot,
bro,
brother. It's
cooking
hot.
up there. You know what I'm talking about? So it was a little crazy. And I almost slipped off a roof one time. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, this is not my vibe.
Did you ever have the sense of like there wasn't any structure or like how was that like just moving?
I feel like I remember I didn't really have much of a choice, so I kind of just like dealt with it.
Where did you grow up? Like what areas?
So I used to live. So I was born in Cali.
Uh-huh.
Then I lived in Texas, Indiana, North Carolina, Georgia. Um, yeah, I was in St. Louis. I think maybe it, bro. I was just all around, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. So it was just I kind of I liked it because I did and I didn't, because I always wanted a home where like I had like my height marked on the what I'm saying, on the door and stuff like that. I always seen that. I feel like
Like
that was cool.
stability,
Yeah, and I feel like I don't really have like a place where I rep like, oh, where you from? Like I don't really
yeah.
have nothing like that. I just say the last place I used to live. You know what I mean, and that's where my mom's is still at. So, and then actually it makes me I can adapt to change quickly now
Yeah.
because I've moved around so much. And I kind of like it. Cause my wife, she didn't move around too much, and I see that how she moved, and it's different between how I move.
Your kids that were born out here?
Yeah, yeah. All three of my kids are born out here.
Do you feel like this is where you're gonna stay at?
I feel like the only reason why I'm still out here is because this is where my business is. This is where my wife's business. Um, I don't. I mean, I'm not a fan of like raising my kids out here, especially since I have daughters and stuff like that. Because I feel like Vegas is not too much of like a family place, and there's not too many people that are like family oriented, especially like comparing it to the other places I lived in. Um, but I mean, we gonna be here for a little minute because our businesses are here. And I feel like once we get to a point to where other people can run our businesses for us, then we might venture off to somewhere else and like continue to raise our kids. But raising kids out here, bro, is just different.
Yeah.
My kids are with me all the time, especially in my shop. They always with me.
I've seen them.
Yeah, and just so I can teach them, just how to be successful and how to run a business. Because right now they learning how to run a business, how to make clothes. They, 6, 7, they 3. So they learning at an early age how to, do stuff. I wish I was learning that at their age. But yeah, I feel like it's great. And it's worth it too. Especially like all this stuff that these kids are learning in these schools is just and these people that are teaching them, they don't care. And these teachers, bro, you got 30 kids to one teacher. There's no way they can like focus on them and make sure that they're good. So that's why we decided to homeschool, and it's been going great, bro.
Yeah, and I don't blame you for that shit too, because it's like Nevada's ranked. We're always constantly fighting between 50th and 45th within the nation.
Mm-hmm.
We have some of the worst education.
Yeah.
Our graduation rates are starting to go up, but I feel like it's still not as good as it should be.
And I feel like out here they don't really make you work too much for like your education, because like even like me going to school in North Carolina and coming out here, and my sister was still in school when we came out here, and there was so many like teacher work days, and like, they just like never in school, and like the school system is completely different from all the other places I've been. Like when it comes to like the school lunches, like I heard y'all got like Panda and Domino's and shit out here. Like y'all don't know nothing about no real school lunch.
We
You know
got
what I mean?
we have When I was in school, I had Papa John's, but
See,
I
that's
don't know.
crazy. We ain't got none of that in North Carolina. You
But
feel me?
like,
That's crazy, bro.
I don't know.
Y'all don't know about no real school lunch.
It's
Things are
'cause
different out
North
here,
Carolina,
bro.
y'all country.
Yeah, things is different out here for
Yeah,
sure,
yeah.
for sure. I mean, even you know what I'm saying. We got places like it's a restaurant called Cookout. Like, ain't none of that for the school lunch. You feel me? We just got regular school lunch with
Yeah.
the lunch lady slopping it on your tray. You feel me? And keep it pushing.
I never had that.
I came out here. I'm like, yo, that's crazy, bro. I wish I could went to school out here. We'll never
Yeah.
be in school. We eating good and all types of stuff.
I will say, like, I do agree with you. Like, it's hard to find more family-oriented people around here in Vegas,
facts,
especially me, because I have a daughter. I have a 3-year-old, and I feel like a little bit now it's a little easier to like find activities and like get involved with her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially we have like the Las Vegas ballpark. I didn't have that growing up.
Mm-hmm.
I used to tell people like growing up here in Vegas was like pretty boring because like if you're not going to Circus or the local park, there's really not much activities.
Yeah.
Everything here is
Especially
18
the kids,
plus,
right?
21
Exactly.
plus. Now there's more stuff. You can find
Mhm.
stuff going on at like places like the Young Commons or downtown Summerlin, stuff
Mhm.
like that. But you have to like be in the know
Yeah,
to
exactly.
get these
Yeah.
resources. But what got you started into clothing? Like shopping for vintage. What came first, the vintage or you making clothes?
I would say me making clothes first started because when I started taking the sewing classes, um, and it's crazy, my wife probably won't hear this, but I started taking sewing classes because I wanted to be around the shorties. You feel me? And then I just started to fall in love with it, and it just took off from there. So I started to learn. I learned how to sew, and then that was around when I was like super lit. So wearing the skinny jeans and you dye them and what I'm saying, and bleach them and stuff like that. I would take my sister's jeans and bleach them and then I'll wear them and stuff. So I would say I used to start sewing, and then the vintage came along when I used to. My mom used to take me to the thrift stores and shop in the thrift stores, and like I said, people would frown upon it and think I'm nasty for shopping at the thrift store. I'm like, bro, I'm flyer than you for a fraction of the cost. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and then it just started to grow from there because I would just keep just thrifting and making clothes. And then I didn't really take it seriously until I moved out here. Because I never sold vintage. I wasn't really like truly into vintage. I was just at the thrift stores buying stuff for me. You know what I'm saying? So when I got into selling it, then that's when I started to learn about certain tags and learned about single stitch and really diving into what is really vintage. I was just buying like dope stuff for me to wear.
Yeah.
And then once I got opened a store, that's when I really got deep into it and really getting educated about like true vintage stuff. Yeah.
At that time, did you have any?
Yeah, my sister, cause she started the store about like 5 years ago in Colorado. So she started the store, and she was always like beg me to open up a store out here. But then that's when I was in HVAC, and I was like, I kind of got a good job. I don't want to, leave a good job for a for show check for a maybe check. You know what I mean,
Yeah.
but then once I got fired from the HVAC joint, and then she was like,
You got
"All right,
fired?
yeah, man,
Why?
bro, man, HVAC is something else, bro. Cause bro, it's crazy. Cause I was in a commercial. I was cleaning the cooling towers.
In the commercial?
Yeah,
Is this something we can find?
The business?
The commercial.
What? No. Like I was in.
A commercial unit.
Yeah.
Okay,
I was
my
doing
bad, my
residential. Then I switched over to commercial.
Yeah.
And then I was cleaning the cooling towers over at Aliante. Um, yeah, cleaning the cooling towers, and then it's crazy because we would turn the water off. We would turn it off, and then we would clean the towers. But for some reason, somebody in the office was turning the water on. So that's just like pumping like gallons of water. You feel me? While I'm in there, that's kind of like that's dangerous. You feel me? So now it's dumping all up on me. You feel me? I'm drenched, and it's in the middle of December. You feel me? It's brick.
wow.
Yeah, it's brick outside. And then so I'm like, dang, bro, I'm mad wet. The socks is soggy. And then I went in there and pressed him. I'm like, yo, who in there turning the water on? And he was like, oh, it's me. He laughing. He was like, I hope y'all didn't get wet. I'm like, yeah, I got wet. I'm like, what you mean, bro? I'm like, you messed up my headphones and everything. He was like, oh, well, go tell your boss to buy you some new headphones. I'm like, dang, bro, it ain't gonna be like that. So that's when I called the boss. I'm like, hey, yo, this dude tripping. I was like, he turned on the water while I'm in here. And I came and told him, like, we in here. You can't be doing that. And then the boss was like, all right, cool. So I thought it was nothing of it. And then like a week later, they told me to come and turn in my truck. I'm like, what you mean? Why? He was like, because of the thing that happened at Aliante. I'm like, dang, I thought we was cool. I'm like, you ain't say nothing about it when I called you. But then, yeah, I don't know. I guess he got a cool relationship with that dude over there. And I don't know. Maybe he just wasn't vibing with me and they let me go. So, I mean, I wasn't tripping because after that, my sister, she was like, what's the excuse now? And I was like, well, I ain't got no excuse now. So we might as well just, run it up and get to it. And that's when I just invest into the store. She came down here and helped me open up the store. Helped me put all the inventory in it. I found a few local vendors to join the team, and they put some stuff in it. And then I had a few vintage pieces that I was collecting for myself that I wasn't really rocking too much. So I had some. Then I went out and grabbed some, and then we just went up from there. And that was the first spot that you came through. And it was a cool little 2-year run in that spot. But that spot was a little tricky because it was in a corner and no one could really find it. So we was there for 2 years, and then
I think honestly, if it wasn't for me like wanting to like go, I probably wouldn't have seen it. So I think right now you're at a better spot where it's like you can't miss it, like it's right there.
Facts.
So you started out right there at that spot at the, Can we say it? The mall?
Yeah, in the mall in Meadows. Yeah.
You started off at Meadows. You were right next to that one. Like, was it like a Hispanic store?
Yeah, Curaçao.
Curaçao.
Yeah, Curaçao.
Yeah. You were right next to the Curaçao.
Yeah, they still open. They holding it down. But yeah, we was right there, and that would really be our main clientele. Would be people from Curaçao coming in and out of there, because that's the only people who seeing us, because we really in the corner. So our main target market was the Hispanic community. And it was cool though, because they was buying it, buying the Jordan 4s, and that was it. bro, they love Jordan 4s, and it's cool though, because we had it. You know what I mean? But then it was tough too, because what do you say, Latino community or so that community, it wasn't too much into the vintage.
No,
it's not. Yeah, it's not too many people that really was in the vintage. So it was good, but then it was bad. It was good because it was buying the shoes, and it was bad, and it was buying the vintage.
If a young Latino is buying Jordan 4s, he wants to wear it with like a Sally or off a lot of cough syrup.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe some, if they're like really in tune with the culture, maybe some BBC jeans, but that's as far as they'll go. Yeah. Maybe it's Tech Fleece, but like who's buying a vintage Tech Fleece?
Yeah. But now I feel like that community is they're growing more into the vintage. I've been getting a lot of more customers that are within that community that are vibing with it, especially the high schoolers, bro. They're like they're the main ones who buying from us. So yeah, it started to grow. But then that's when we started to bring in more streetwear. That's what more people like, is streetwear. Because not too many people are really hip to vintage. Especially the old heads too, bro. They see we selling vintage clothes in there. He basically getting mad at me.
Are you selling this used shirt for this?
Yeah, he was like, not even the price, bro. Once he see that, it's a used shirt, he just like run off like I disrespected him. And he was like, I'm going to Tilly's. I'm like, all right, bro.
They got a Tilly's.
I'm like, it's cool, bro. It's cool. Because the next person the next person that come in, they understand the vibe. So not everybody. I had to understand early that not everybody's going to be our customer. And it's cool.
So what were those early days like at that spot? Like, was it tough to get through?
Yeah,
Did you not know, like, was there uncertainty? How was that like?
It was very tough, bro, because it was around that time that me and my wife were both starting our businesses. Because she's a Brazilian, she's an esthetician. So she do Brazilian wax and all that good stuff. So she started her business first. That's why another reason why I really had to leave HVAC, because there's no set off time. Like they might say I'm off at 4, but I don't get off until like 6. So now that's running into her appointment. Now she missing out on money. So it was good that I left that. So now she can have more freedom with her job, and then the kids can be with me at my shop. So now she can have the freedom to do what she do, and I can do what I do. But it was super tough, bro. It was super tough being there. Because we were a new shop in Meadows, and our location was like, honestly, it was like the worst. We were like in a corner. So I was spending most of the time in the day, I was spending like in the main common area of the mall, just like passing out cars and pushing people to that corner, like, hey, come check us out. We over here. That's what I was doing for those 2 years, just trying to push people to that corner. And it was really tough, bro. Like, I looked at my numbers, like my first year, bro, I only made like $7,000, bro. for the first year, bro.
Really?
Yeah, me personally, not the whole store, but like my stuff that I was selling, because of course I have other people selling their stuff in my store.
Yeah, you have
So
to break
yeah,
them
me,
off.
yeah. So me,
Because it was
personally,
like consignment at first, and at that point.
we don't really do consignment, because consignment gets really messy. I'll have basically like, say for you, example, say if you have a brand, I'll let you join the team and you can sell stuff in the shop, and then we'll just get a percentage that goes to the shop. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? And then if people come and sell stuff to us, we'll just buy it. We'll never do the consignment stuff. But yeah, bro, it was really tough, bro. Like, first year, $7,000. And it was really tough. But good thing, I just kept at it. But then that's when I taught myself how to screen print. Because I was like, bro, I can't just be selling this vintage. I gotta sell vintage and do my brand too. So that's when I really took it serious, and I changed my brand name like 3 times, bro, until I finally found the name that I wanted to run with. I created the LLC and just started going crazy with just start making stuff every day. And then that really helped me, pick up my numbers.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Xage Bell?
Xage.
Xage Bell.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
We'll get more into it in the end. So at what point did you decide, like, okay, like, we need to move from this specific spot?
Bro, I was looking at the numbers, bro, and it was just comparing the numbers and stuff, and it may seem like we was doing good, but the numbers just were proving that we really weren't. Once I looked at how we were doing in the year before and stuff like that. And then luckily we were actually gonna leave the mall, bro. I was looking,
Really?
I was looking to actually leave the mall. But it's a store in there that used to be called 12. They used to sell women's clothing for $12 and under. That's where we're at now. But they left. So that store at first, it was like industrial. It was an industrial skate shop, and then it was like an arcade after that, and then it was that 12 store, and then yeah, they left. And as soon as they left, I hit up mall management. I was like, I need this ASAP. Yeah. So we just locked that in. And it's a good thing it was good at, because we were right at our turning point. We're gonna have to close or we're gonna have to move. And I was like, bro, I can't close down my shop, bro. This is, I built it, so I wanted to keep it going. And good thing they left. So I was like, hey, we need to get this spot ASAP. So it kind of like just like fell in our laps. It was God working for sure. Yeah, we just went up after we moved. It was crazy.
So when you were deciding, like, either we leave or we stay here, what was the thought process of even joining a mall instead of like maybe a commercial place in like Plaza or something?
Well, me, bro, I just and it's just me, but I don't really like shopping centers and plazas really. Just cause like security, you know what I mean? And other stuff that comes with it. Because we go to a shopping center, people might not be in that shopping center to spend money on clothes. You feel me? They probably just trying to get some food. But if you in the mall, people already in the mall trying to spend money on clothes.
Yeah.
So the mall already provides the traffic for you. You just got to be there with some dope stuff. And then of course I got to put money in advertising, but I feel like I would have to work like 10 times harder if I was in a shopping center than in a mall.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I saw it was like an untouched market in Meadows, because there's no one really selling vintage around Meadows or in Meadows. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is all in the arts district. I mean, of course, that's where the good vibes are at. And I feel like we would get lost in the sauce if we move over there.
Yeah, the rent over there is insane. I don't know what your rent is like over there, but I'm pretty sure the homie Jay, shout out Jay from Alchemy. I think didn't he say like 7,000? 7,000 a month, I think, for waves.
Mm-hmm.
And then Alchemy, I think it was like 5,000. Then it went up. I don't know what it's called now.
It's called Reclaim.
Reclaim?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can only imagine what their rent is like.
I mean, the numbers don't really, because of course the traffic provides, because in that area the traffic is already people down there. There's a lot of people down there, and they know the vibes down there. There's always events, and like First Friday is like they really eat up all the traffic right there from just being there because of First Friday. So it's kind of like a given for them. It's basically how the mall is, because we in the mall and people are already there to spend money. So it's kind of the same thing, but I just like the mall setting a little bit better than shopping centers.
Yeah,
just because it's just perfect, like preferences and stuff like that. Yeah.
For up and coming business owners that are looking to get into a mall, can you explain some things that you didn't know or did learn about mall leasing? Just some things that people should look out for.
Um, you do. I mean, you there are the restrictions when it comes to the mall. I definitely would. It's tough, bro, because I want a shopping center, but then I like to stay in the mall too. Because if I'm in like a shopping center, then I can host pop ups. We can blow in our shop. We can do whatever you want. Really, it's your shop. You can create your own hours. But when you're in the mall, you have to abide by their rules, by their hours. Because right now, I'm pretty sure like speaking about my homie George, he can probably have an off day. Like he can be like, all right, we close on this day. The store is closed this day. But in the mall, we can't be closed at all. Because the mall is open every day. So you got to be prepared for their rules and regulations. You got to be open every day.
You have to.
Yeah, yeah. Because then they'll fine you if you're not open.
What?
Yeah, yeah. They'll fine you. There's just different things that they'll fine you for that you just got to be prepared for. They'll fine you if you late. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah. If you open late or if you close early, they'll fine you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Sometimes my neighbors, they might trip on us about our music being too loud because we're right next to Landcrafters. You know what I'm saying? So they might trip about our music. And it's just different stuff that you gotta be prepared for. And then also when they give you a space, they give you the space as is. So anything that's wrong with that space, you gotta fix that yourself, or like get a plumber or somebody to come and fix certain things. Because right now, some of our plugs are not working in there, so I'm not gonna fix that. We gotta fix that.
Yeah.
I mean, but we can't just like have like the homie come in and be like, "Hey, yo, can you fix it?" We gotta actually like hire an electrician, and they gotta go to the mall, and the mall gotta check their insurance and make sure they good, and then they can come down and work with us. You know what I'm saying? So there's certain things you gotta be prepared for when it comes to dealing with the mall. What else is there? I know there's break points when it comes to a mall. So they'll charge you. They'll charge you after you make a certain amount of money. They'll charge you. They'll charge you. They'll charge you. Yeah, they'll charge you a different amount of money. You feel me? After you make a certain amount. So basically, the more you make, the more they take. That kind of sucks too. Because we're supposed to be investing in the store if we make more, but all it takes more when you make more. So it just be a little tough when it comes to certain things like that you gotta prepare for.
So they have to have access to like your analytics.
Yeah, yeah, and of course we provide that. And I don't want to like ask none of that, because I wanted to show them that we actually making money. For me, so yeah, it's tough, bro. It's tough. But then we find things to make it work out though.
So in the future, like, what are your future plans for Hause Collective? Plan on staying in the mall forever, or like one of these days you might venture off?
Yeah, we might cause the mall they've been showing us love in the community in that area. They've been showing us like an untouched market right there, especially right there next to the Western. So the kids they literally just walk over as soon as they get out of school.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I really like that area. So I'm really just thinking about looking into open up a second location somewhere. But then that's another thing I got to think about, because am I gonna run both locations, or am I gonna pass off the responsibility to somebody else and then I run the second one? So it's just certain things I got to think about. But I am thinking about opening up a second one. I just think about when and where.
Maybe right there where that Sbarro just opened up, like where the Opportunity Village used to be, their store. Maybe that could be a location.
I feel like that still just be a little too close. If I do something, I would want to be just a little, definitely further away from where we're at. Just so that whole area would just be, controlled by the Meadows Mall location, and then maybe we can venture off to somewhere, maybe like, maybe somewhere close to like South Point or like downtown Summerlin or something like that. Because I like the outlets, the outlet malls; those are pretty cool. So I just been thinking about different spots that might be cool. Maybe the South.
South Premium Outlet.
Yeah, South is pretty cool.
Yeah. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Not to be like, hey.
No, yeah, man.
Yeah,
I'm down for feedback. I'm down for feedback.
I've only seen one store. It used to be
Coveted.
Coveted. Yeah. I don't know what the fuck happened with them. Their whole thing. There used to be a gang in them, and now there's a spot though.
Yeah,
now it's Quickstop.
Facts.
I don't
yeah,
know.
I gotta chop it up with bro and see what happened. I was crazy because you brought him up, because I was just DMing him the other day. But yeah, I need to chop it up with him and see what made him go from there to
Back
his
to his original.
to that. Oh, that was the original.
Yeah,
You've been there
that's-
before.
That was where Coveted used to be.
Sometimes you got to rebrand. So I mean, that's always. You
But
know,
that's what I'm saying, because now I think it's just him. Because I
Oh,
remember
okay.
there used to be different characters, like, not characters, but different people.
Different people, yeah,
and,
yeah.
Now I just see it's only him. I mean, good for him. I don't know what the fuck happened.
Mhm.
Uh,
At least he's still getting to it though.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so that's always good. But yeah, I need to chop it over and see exactly what happened. And see if that spot was good. I mean, because it's crazy. I was just at the South today, and it's a bookstore that's in that spot now. I'm like, hey, yo, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's crazy because there's been multiple things in that spot. Because after him, it was like a little toy store, like selling like little like Labubu's and shit. And then now they left, and now it's just like a little bookstore. So,
I just don't know how willing people are to drive that far. That's the only thing.
I see what you're saying.
Like, it's a great space, obviously, but I remember sometimes they would post deals like a Travis, like a Mocha Travis one, the high top, $800. I'm over in my size. I'm like, fuck it, such a great price. I can't beat that. But I'm also like, is it gonna be there 40 minutes from now when I get there?
Right. Yeah. See, that's just things. You get everything. Like location is always everything. You know, because our first location was whack and it was kind of messing up everything. And now we got a better location and we've been able to prosper. So yeah, location is definitely everything. So I've been thinking about it and see. But I just know that space is it's kind of untouched right now. Now that cover is not there. It is, and then we don't really get many like tourists. You know. So,
yeah.
See what I'm saying? We just
fill that void.
Yeah, we just get like locals, bro. And then people call it Ghetto's Mall, you feel me? So, and I'm not really from here.
Really?
So,
I never heard of that.
yeah, you know, me not being from here and I'm learning new things about Meadows. They call it Ghetto's Mall. And you see what these kids was doing when the carnival was there. They do like this little shutdown thing.
Going crazy.
Yeah, they be doing that quite often, bro. And it just be like, dang, bro. And that really sucks too, because the kids are like our main customers, but then they be kind of like messing it up sometimes because they did that shutdown. So then the cop showed up and then they wasn't letting no kids in if he wasn't with a parent or a guardian. So I'm like, dang, bro, now you messing up my sales.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's a give and take with that mall, bro. It's that mall been through a lot of things, you know. I mean, but we rocking with them though. They've been holding it down for as long as we've been there. So it's been great. But it is tough over there for sure.
I used to go there all the time as a kid, you know.
That's what people
first
say.
Dates, stuff like that. But
people
now I'm like,
always say,
shit, I don't know who the fuck I'm gonna run into. I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? People always be like, oh yeah, I used to go to that mall all the time as a kid, but I don't go there anymore. I'm like, dang, that's all bad. I'm like, well, now you got a reason to pull up, and they still be
For
like,
sure. I think the only
know.
reason sometimes I go is because of you.
Right. There's some people, they be like, we pull up just for you, and then we out of there. So I'm like, good thing we closer to her door now, so they can just, you feel me? Get up out of there. But yeah, it's it's a bittersweet thing being over there. But they do a lot of things to keep bringing in people like carnivals, and now they finna do a circus now.
Yeah.
They building right now. They finna do a circus in the next couple of days. So it's not too bad. It's not too bad.
I know we just brought up a Quickstoplv and stuff, and I don't know how much you want to talk about this, so we can cut it out if you'd like. But what were your thoughts when Giovanni from Bring It Back was going at them?
Well, bro, see, that's the thing about me, bro. I be so, like, out of the loop. You know what I mean? Because I be at the shop or I be at the crib making clothes. You know, that's why I hired the homie to be at the store for me sometimes so I can do pop-ups, because I don't really have a way to, like, network if I'm always just at the shop or at home making clothes. So I don't really be in a loop of what people got going on. You know, I don't even watch TV, really. You feel me? I don't watch sports. I'm like that type of guy to watch sports. Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. I'm not a big sportsman.
To be honest, I think me becoming a gambler is what got me way more into sports. So I feel you.
See, I don't gamble either. You know what I mean?
Good.
None of that, bro. It's just I'm a family man and I make clothes, bro. That's just I'm real simple. I kind of live under a rock and stuff like that. It's crazy because I went to Complex Con and so many like celebrities were walking past me that I didn't know who anybody was, and homie was like, "Hey, so and so just walked past you." I was like, "Oh, for real?" I'm like, "Oh, damn."
It was weird. I went to a Complex Con, so I'm pretty sure I saw you, maybe, but it was weird, bro. Cause I'm living in Vegas, and it's for the most part it's pretty calm. You know, when you know you're gonna go somewhere like a First Friday, you know it. Like you might run into some people with
100%.
W, you know, online and stuff like that. But just I don't know. It felt weird seeing like my whole For You page or a couple of my Instagram followings like there in person, and it felt weird because I'm like, why does everybody's making content? Like everybody has a vlog going or a stream going. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not used to it, but I for sure was like, ooh, okay, look, this is different.
Yeah, I mean the streaming is where it's at, bro. That's how everybody making their money, right? How they making their coins right now because everything is online. But getting back to your point, bro, yeah, I be out the loop of what everybody got going on. And I really never been to anybody's shop really.
Yeah.
The only reason I've been to certain people's shop is to like do some type of business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've been to Alchemy when it was Alchemy because I was a vendor there at First Friday, you feel me? So I was chopping it up with him and stuff like that. And I went there one time to ask him for certain advice about certain things.
Did he give you it?
And then
Did he give you it?
yeah.
Shout out Louise.
Yeah,
My
yeah,
dog, my
you know what I
brother.
mean? Yeah,
Love you, Louise.
you know what I mean? You know what I mean? George is cool, you feel me? And then I've been to
Fucker has so many names. He's so irritating with that shit.
Man, I don't.
I
man,
call him Jay. He's like, call me Louise. You're calling him George. I'm like,
Oh, shit.
You alchemy man. At this
Yeah,
point, bro.
yeah, that's
Fuck.
Alchemy. You feel me? That's
Yeah.
Alchemy. I mean, Chris, people don't really know my name. I'm pretty sure.
George.
they
No,
did.
you said George, and then sometimes I call him Jay because I thought it was Jorge.
Or maybe Maybe I'm
It's
saying
Jorge,
it wrong.
bro.
I'm not too sure. Maybe I'm saying it
fool-
wrong.
that fool-
But
He's hiding. I don't know what
yeah,
the fuck he's.
I mean,
hiding.
maybe I'm saying it wrong. But
no, you do your thing. I'm telling you, that's the problem with him. That's my dog. That's the
Okay.
problem with that fucker. He has too many names.
It's okay. You know what I'm
many
saying?
names.
Sometimes you can't, you know what I'm saying? You gotta, be under the radar. But some people don't really, a lot of people just call me by my brand name or by the store name. You feel me? So it'd be like that sometimes.
It'd be like, yo,
but
house.
yeah, exactly. And it's cool because I'll just answer to it, it's all good. I ain't tripping. But
Yeah, I told my sorry to cut you off.
No,
I
you
told my
good,
girl
you
like, I secured Keion, and she was like, who? I'm like, Hause Collective. She's like,
yeah,
oh,
you feel me?
okay.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I never really, and I only been to Quickstop because they hosted a pop up event. When it was Quickstop, when they switched over to Quickstop, so I went there, and then I went to Cool Kicks when they were here, just to do a size swap.
When they were at Caesars,
I think, or
Caesars
fashion store or something. All I know is I just went there to do a size swap, and then that was it. But anything else, like no other stores I've really been to. Really, cause like I be so busy doing like my stuff and whatever, and then really that's really it, cause I just be busy doing other stuff. And I don't really shop either. I make my own clothes and I just wear my brand. I don't really wear anything else, so I have no reason really to go to any stores. I mean, I definitely need to, so I can go chop it up with these people and network with them and see how we can all come together and stuff like that. But I just haven't got around to it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of networking and different events and pop ups, talk to me about yours. I know you've done a couple. My girl told me she went to one you did, and she went with her best friend, and she had a tote bag that you really liked, but it was mine, so she couldn't sell it to you. And so, like, just talk to me about that. You really know how to bring the community together. How important is it for you to throw these pop ups and community events?
Right. Bro, we only threw one, and we did it for our 3-year anniversary. And we did it at the Fantastic Swap Meet, bro, and it was like super successful. You know what I mean? And then it was kind of like surprising to me, like how successful it was for my first event. But then, I feel like it was due to like all the hard work I was putting behind it. You know what I'm saying? Because, bro, I was putting a lot of money behind the advertisement. I kept posting on Instagram, kept posting on TikTok. I'm all about content, bro. So I gotta always be posting so people can see it and make sure they pull up. And then if I'm charging vendors I'm charging these vendors a vendor fee. Obviously, they putting their trust in me, so I had to make sure that it was successful for them. If they putting their trust in me, I wanted them to make sure they know it's going to be successful, so they can at least make their money back. You know what I'm saying, and then some.
I want to come back.
Yeah, exactly. And then, bro, after that event, like almost everybody, they was like, "Please do another one. When the next time you're doing another one?" I was like, "All right, we do it soon." And bro, time flying, and now it's a 4-year anniversary again. So I'm like, shit, well, we might as well do it for the 4-year again. But yes, at the end of May, we are throwing another event. You know what I'm saying, for the 4-year anniversary. Plan on doing the same vibe, because I know a lot of pop ups out here. I learned from experience. A lot of vintage pop ups, I personally don't do that well at. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said earlier, how people want to like haggle and get like the best bang for their buck. They don't really care about the art. But I don't like pop-ups like that. I like pop-ups that people really care about the art. They understand, that this is like a one-on-one piece. You ain't gonna just get this just anywhere. You feel me? And then I'm into cars too. Like I got a nice little car, and then I wanted to mix the two communities together, the car community and the clothing people out here. And yeah, we did that. We had all the lowriders pull up. Good thing the day we did ours, it was the same day the Las Vegas. They did a lowrider convention at the Las Vegas. Yeah. So then one of my homie, he was in there, and then I was like, "Yo, make sure we get all them to pull up afterwards and make it like a round two for them."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So then that just made our event even better. So this year, I'm trying to do the same vibe. Had a lowriders and modified cars out there, and then all the clothing people. We're not gonna have too many vintage people, just because I feel like there's already a lot of vintage events. But we're gonna let the people apply, and then we're gonna accept the ones that I feel like will be the best for our community. Yeah.
For anybody that's interested, how would they be able to apply?
So we're gonna have the link in our bio. The Hause Collective LV. The house is spelled with the A. In our Instagram, the link will be in our bio, so y'all can apply. And then, yeah, bro, apply, and then we'll see where it goes from there.
One thing I wanted to touch on was just your sense of maybe it's because you grew up a little bit in the South, but your hospitality, your sense of being able to try to create a community. I remember when I first went in there, you just kept talking to me, and I wasn't used to that. You know, I'm like, what the fuck, like this fool just keeps talking to me, but you were genuinely interested. Like,
Yeah.
you know, hey, what did you do? Or oh, I told you I made music. You're like, oh, can I hear something? And you played it in the store.
Yeah,
I'm like,
bro.
oh wow, like this dude's really showing me love. How important is it for you to be able to speak to the people and try to build a relationship and a sense of community within the Hause Collective space?
I feel like that's like super important to me, and the way that I am, that's why the store grew as much as it did. You know, just because it's crazy because people will come back looking for me. If I ain't there, they'll just leave. I'm like, oh, you ain't gotta leave. You can still pull up. You know what I mean? But it's just like I try to treat everybody the same with respect. Like I said, you never know who might walk in. You know what I'm saying? And I don't try to beef with nobody. Cause bro, ain't nobody got time for beef. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I already got enough stress. Like, I don't need no extra stress. You know what I'm saying? I just want to make sure that we can all come together. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no Southern hospitality out here, obviously.
At all,
You feel me? So I'm just trying to bring them vibes
My
that I
producer
have.
over here, she's from the South. She'll tell you.
That's what's
she
up.
knows. She knows.
That's
And
what's
then I
up.
think North Carolina, right? Or the Carolinas?
Okay. Okay. So yeah, South Carolina's cool. We used to pull up from Myrtle for spring break. You know what I mean? Myrtle Beach, you feel me? But yeah, people not really like I said, it's not too much of the family oriented, you know what I mean, people out here. So I'm just trying to create that when they pull up to the house. You know what I mean? Make sure everybody feel like they part of the family, you know, everybody's accepted. Whether you thrift or you don't, or gay or straight, you know, everybody can be treated the same. You know, cause and then where you can it's like a safe space wherever you can feel safe. Cause you ain't even gotta pull up and shop. You can just pull up, you know what I'm saying, get jiggy with the vibes and skedaddle. You know, that's cool with us. As long as you pull it up on us and follow us on Instagram, we cool. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just try to create like good vibes. And then I feel like everything else will come after that. You know, you creating good vibes, people will want to come back to you just because the vibes was cool. You know, because it's crazy because I'm right in front of the store chic, and a lady came in there, and you know, for me, I'm gonna greet her right away. As soon as you step in, I'm chopping it up with you. You feel me? And she was surprised by that, and they was like, "Damn!" I went over there, and they say nothing to me, and I was like, "Well, this is my store, so I want people to feel welcome, and she spend money with us, you know." So I just try to bring that Southern hospitality out here to Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can see why, because it's like at the end of the day, like the person working at Zoomies doesn't really give a fuck because they know Zoomies already has a name, audience, and I respect that you did that, honestly, because at first I didn't understand it. I think maybe it's just a Vegas West Coast thing, but I was just like, that fool's talking a lot. But then my girl was like, no, like that's good, like, you know. And then every single time I went in there, I just felt like you always remember, like, oh hey, how you guys doing? I remember, I think the first time I went when you moved to the location where you're at now, me and her, we just bought something for our daughter, and just like, and it was cool. And then you were like, wow, like this is so cool, oh, amazing piece, and what do you? I was like, nice way. Like I'm just not used to that, you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I see that. I noticed that type of vibe out here in Vegas. Is people not really hip to that, and it's all just fast paced, and it's all about drugs and sex and money. You feel me? It's nothing about like community. You feel me? Culture. So I'm just trying to bring them type of vibes here, so people know. It's more to life than just this fast life. You know what I'm saying? When I moved out here, bro, I've never seen bro, it's so much stuff that I've seen for the first time when I came into Vegas, bro. It's crazy.
Like what?
Like, bro, because I don't really do drugs. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I do a little weed. I do my herbs and stuff like that. But when I moved out here, I threw a little party for my birthday, bro. And the homie, he just invited all his friends. I don't know nobody, but I go in the bathroom, they doing that stuff. I'm like, damn, bro. I'm like, just up the nose. I'm like, wait. I'm like, fuck, bro. I'm like, let me get out of here. So then I go in my room. They in my room doing this shit on my dresser. I'm like, what the hell is going on? You know what I mean?
One of my homies, he invited his homies, and then all of a sudden, they just in the back seat playing with keys. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
There's a piano back there while you playing the keys.
That stuff. And then when it comes to the females and stuff, like that's just I never seen like the prostitution and that stuff is like that's what Vegas is. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of that. It's none of that in North Carolina. You know what I mean?
Really?
That I seen. You know what I mean? I don't really be in them vibes or, you know what I'm saying? But it's not as common out there like it is out here. You feel me? Like, it's crazy. You go to the strip, they passing you cards and stuff.
With it on there.
Yeah. I'm like, hey, yo. I'm like, this is crazy, bro. So it's just that, and that's what Vegas is all about, that fast life, that type of stuff. So I'm just trying to, show people there's more to life than just them type of vibes.
Yeah. Talk to me about starting Xage Bell.
So yeah, Xage Bell. Like I said, it's my brand. I changed the name like 3 times until I finally decided to go with that name. I figured out because I looked at all the big brands, and I noticed they all have a name, like Louis Vuitton. You know what I'm saying? Christian Dior. It's all a name. So I was like, I wanted to do something, and then it was a short name too as well. Only 4 letters. I didn't want to do my name because it's kind of common, but then my son's name, I feel like that would be super dope. And then it's my boy, so I know he gonna keep his last name instead of putting in my girl's name. Like, of course, when they get married, they might change their last name. My son ain't gonna keep his last name. You feel me? So I was like, I bet we just put in his name. And it just kind of like went crazy because it kind of like it flows. It's like a different name. It's kind of dope. And then when I made the designs, it looked really cool with it too. So yeah, when I went with it was just I just went with it, bro. Once I just like, all right, I'm gonna just go 100% with this name, and then making the designs, and just kind of went from there, bro. Yeah.
Speaking of the designs, CC, can you pull that up for me, please? I want to talk to you about this shirt because I really want to understand like what was the thought process of it, where did it come from? Because I feel like this is like probably like your most maybe iconic piece. I feel like that's the piece that people know you by. Is this one?
Yeah. That's a good shirt right there.
Yes, it is. It's beautiful shirt. Beautiful shirt.
Yeah.
You can cop it at Hause Collective at Meadows.
Yeah, man.
But talk to me about the thought process of making this. How did you come up with this?
So these are actually the Valley Nuns. You feel me? So they use marijuana for healing. You know what I mean? And then because I had this design, it was just a picture, and then I edited the picture to make it look like this. And then because I had it in my because I make before I started the store. When I started the store, I used to I would try to make a design every night. Just make something or work on something every night. And then this was just one of the designs I made. And then I was like, bro, I gotta make something. So at first, the first design was just the nun without anything, and then I got like a great response from it. So then I was like, all right, well, and then I was selling it for the low. So I was like, well, damn, I feel like I'm not getting enough, or it's not enough on it. So then I wanted to add more to it. So then that's when we add the font Mother Earth. So Mother because it's a nun, and then Earth because she's smoking weed. You feel me? Oh. And then you know what I'm saying. And then we got the brand name at the bottom, Xage. You feel me? And then on the front is actually upside down. So when you're looking down,
go to the next one, please.
Yeah, you good.
Yeah.
So you see it on front.
You zoom into the bottom one.
Yeah, how it's upside down. So
Yeah.
when you looking down, you can see it. You feel me? Because
Okay.
like right now, when we're looking down on these shirts that we got, you
Yeah.
can't really see the design. You feel me? So that's why I wanted to be a little different and create that. And this is like my top seller, bro. This is like my number one selling shirt. People love this shirt.
This is the
bro.
one where like, you know, me growing up in Vegas, I've seen a lot of people come and go or like different designs of like, okay, this is what's the popping brand in Vegas right now. I feel like anytime I see somebody with this shirt on, I'm like, oh, they know. Like they know.
Yeah,
like,
they hip.
know.
They hip. They
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that's why I just started making different versions of it, because with the white design, that was the first version of it. But then I used the same screen and used with black ink. So then it kind of make like a negative version of the, instead of just like creating a new design and making it so where I can print it in the black so it can look like the white one. So I just wanted to use the same screen and use the black ink. So it's like a negative version, like an inverted version. So yeah, and this, bro, it's been going crazy ever since. That one and my Fuck Cancer shirt, I feel like those shirts actually like really like rose my brand to where it is right now.
Yeah, I've seen that one. And I've seen you do different variations of this one. Like I've seen you put it on a football jersey, correct?
Yeah, we done it on a jersey. You know, I've done just her head on a beanie. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's like my number one selling shirt, bro. I'm just like, bro, we just gotta keep, you know, doing different versions of it. Going crazy. But yeah, there's some people out there who got just the none. Because at first I would do just the none without the words or the smoke, and then I would do it in like different colors. So some people got like when it's just all orange or all red. Shout out to those people who got those. You know what I mean? And then because I was doing those on vintage shirts when I was upcycling, but then I stopped doing it on vintage shirts because the quality became inconsistent. You know what I mean? Because I'll have like one good vintage shirt that's kind of thick, and then I have another one that's like thin, and I don't really like pumping out different quality shirts. Once I started using these shirts, people like the quality of this shirt. It's heavyweight, it's oversized. You know, that's what the kids like now, the oversized, the crop joints. But then good thing, my shirts aren't super cropped. You know what I mean? To where like you're showing belly and all that crazy shit. You know what I mean? So yeah, these shirts are going crazy.
Yeah, what was the inspiration behind the Fuck Cancer shirt? I'll have them pull it up.
So the Fuck Cancer shirt, I made that, and I believe in 2024, I made that one. Because my granny, she was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer in 2024, in June. Yeah, they just hit me up and they was like, oh yeah, granny got stage 4. Yeah, because she just wasn't feeling well. I was like, damn, bro. I was like, that's crazy, because she lived all the way in North Carolina. And then so I was like, they was like, you got to come out here and see her, you know, one last time, you know, before she go. Because when she found out and she had it, she just started to decline. You know what I'm saying? And it was just all back. You know, stage 4. That's just like that's after that. You know what I mean? It gets pretty tough. You know, she stopped eating and stuff like that. So, we was really close. So then I made the shirt at first just so I can get some money to fly me and my family out there.
Wow.
Because it was me, my wife, and my 2 kids. That was before I had my son. It was just my 2. No. We had the son. So that's 3 kids and me and my wife. We had to get tickets for all of us. You know what I mean? And that's kind of expensive going all the way to North Carolina. So I made the shirts just so we can, you know, go out there. And it was really cool, bro, because a lot of people, because once I posted the story, a lot of people showing love, and we was actually able to go out there. But then people was really like connecting with it, because it's just more than a shirt. You know what I'm saying? It has like a true meaning behind it. And a lot of people can relate to it, because I know a lot of people is dealing with cancer, or somebody that they know passed from, or somebody beat it. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people kept asking me to make more in different colors and stuff like that. Because the first one was the white one, because that's for lung cancer. You feel me? So then other people, they wanted the one for breast cancer, and then because each color has a different meaning for different types of cancer.
I know the pink one is for sure is breast.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, bro, because this one, like I said, it just means more than just a shirt, and people was just vibing with it. So they of course they got some, you know, cancer shirts out there, but none of them are like more of like a streetwear vibe where you can wear it and still kind of like be fly. You feel me? And still have a dope meaning behind it.
I like how the ribbon is the.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, it took me a minute. Like I said, it took me a minute to make this design, because I wanted to, you know, still wanted to look cool. But then I wanted to actually have like a cuss word on it, so my granny, she wouldn't be too mad with me. You feel me? And then kids can still rock it. You feel me? Because it say what it say, but it really don't. You feel me? So yeah, you know what I'm saying. But they see what it's saying though, so it's actually it's pretty good. But yeah, and then so crazy thing is we got just the year with Granny because literally it's kind of crazy how it happened, but literally to the T, like a year later, you know what I'm saying, she passed. So in 2025, uh, so yeah, we had to go back there out there again for the funeral and stuff like that. And then I made more shirts and then more like shirts for like with her faces on it and stuff too.
What was the inspiration with adding the guy Hose?
Well, this shirt in general, some guy came up to me, one of the homies. He showed love to the shop. He's always buying clothes, and he was like, "Bro, I want a shirt with all your designs on it." Mm-hmm. So on the back, it got the Mother Earth on the back, and then he was like, and then I just let him, since I have these screens in my house, I can just do anything. You feel me? So I just started. He was like, "Hey, I just want all your designs." But yeah, the guy Hose. I was just trying to do something funny, bro. Cause I know I seen like the Got Milk. I've seen somebody with a shirt say Got Milk, and I was like, oh, okay. What can I do that's kind of funny that Vegas people would like? You know what I'm saying? You know, like I said, I got to think about where I'm living at. You feel me? And then yes, bro. When I made that, it just started going crazy, bro. People like that, and so I put that on the crop tops as well. And then in Thrift We Trust, I got that idea from because it's a brand in Atlanta. He got a shirt that say "In Glock We Trust." Oh yeah, and then or "In Draco We Trust," and it got the gun on the back. And those shirts be flying like in the shop, like they be loving that shirt. So I wanted to make something for the vintage people too. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I made "In Thrift We Trust," and then I print those on like vintage shirts and stuff, like on Carhartt vintage shirts and stuff like that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Have there been any celebrities that have worn your brand before?
Yeah, we got a few people. For sure. In the brand. I think the first person that I got to rock my pieces, shorty called Nye. Nye. She's like she's a rapper out here. You feel me? She's super lit. I hit her up. It was crazy because I was just going through other people's pages and then I was just my method, bro, is kind of crazy. But at night when I'm putting my son to sleep, I would just go to random people's page. I would like 3 pictures and then go to the next piece of page. So then when I like those 3 pictures, then they see my brand and then they'll follow me. You feel me? So I ain't gotta follow them because on my brand, you see, I don't follow anybody. So that was just my way of like networking and making people see my brand. I was go like a few pictures and go to the next person. Yeah. And then I seen that she was out here in Vegas. And I know the only person that she was really vibing with out here was Alchemy. So I'm like, cool. She like custom clothes. Let me hit her up. And then it was like 2 a.m., bro. And then she actually hit me up right away. She was like, I'm down. So I made her like a custom fit. And then, so that went kind of crazy. And then after her, Alex. Yeah. She hit me up for some custom pants and stuff like that. And it's just been going up from there. Cause then, I don't know, the dancers, the group, Future Kings. Yeah, I met
Renz on here.
Yeah, Renz. Yeah, shout out to Renz. I met him at the gym because I work at the gym at night, so I can network as well. We can talk about that too. But and I like that because I met him before I even knew who he was, and I kind of like them vibes because I don't like meeting people and just because like I know that they a celebrity. You know what I mean? Because then it kind of make it seem like I want something from him, and that's not my vibe. You feel me? Yeah. I met him just as a regular homie. He at the gym. And we just chopping it up and stuff like that. And then I seen he had a shorty with him. He had his lady with him. And I was like, y'all seem like a dope couple. I'm like, would y'all help me do like a photo shoot in my Fuck Cancer shirt? Because that's when I first dropped the Fuck Cancer shirt. And he was like, yeah, I'm down, bro. And then he followed me. And then I saw that he was actually somebody. I'm like, oh, shit, you got a cool little following and stuff, him and his wife. So, yeah, they was vibing with me. And then from there, I started meeting even more people. You know what I'm saying? People, because he started helping me connect with other people, like the rest of the people in his group, like Isaiah and Sos. And then I met, ZZ. Go get a ZZ. She's like a dance. She be dancing and shit like that. And she be making music too. So then I met her. And she introduced me into Compton AV, who got that song. Yeah. That shit going crazy. And then Do Your Dance. He actually wore my shirt in that video. Yeah, and do your dance. And then ZZ's, they both in there wearing my shirt. You know what I'm saying? So they really helped me, really get my brand to where it is now, because they all these people in the Vegas community that's just been vibing with me just because I got good vibes and I'm not trying to get stuff from them. Because most of these people, I just gave stuff for the free. You know what I'm saying? Because I seem like they dope people. It's like you. I try to bring you a shirt. You know what I'm saying, for the free. You know what I mean? Just because of you helping me out right now. You know what I mean? So I just try to show love to the people who show love back. You know what I mean? But yeah, shout out to all them. They've been rocking the pieces. But we finna go up there, so we finna get there soon. Get more people in the brand. Yeah, got that Mike Jack. You know what I mean? Yeah, I made that because this movie is coming out. You know what I mean? So coming out on the 24th. So get fly for the reaction just came out. You know what I'm saying? Get fly for the movie premiere. Get fly for the movie premiere. You know what I mean? It's crazy because this shirt, bro. It's crazy how this shirt came about. Because this lady, she came to me and she said she had like a little birthday party to go to out of state. And she was like, "Can you make me a Michael Jackson shirt?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So the first shirt I made was heat press. I don't really get jiggy with heat press just because of the quality, but
yeah. What is this?
This is DTG. This is DTG. Yeah, DTG is really good. But I made a lady a shirt, and then my homie, when he gave me the vinyl to print on it, he actually gave me two on accident. You feel me? So that second one I actually made for me to wear. And then so I wore it, right? I wore it to the shop, and as I'm walking to my car, I'm leaving. I'm walking to my car. It's this couple, and they was like, "Hey, bro, I like your fit." I was like, "Oh, I appreciate it." And it was like, "I really like that shirt too." I'm like, "Let me get that." I'm like, "Damn!" I'm like, "The shirt right now off my back." He was like, "Yeah, my wife loves Michael Jackson, and we don't live here. We finna drive back to Phoenix right now." And I was like, "I bet." You know what I'm saying? So I really sold the shirt right off of my back. You feel me? So I was in the parking lot, you know what I'm saying? The nips out and everything. It was crazy. I'm like, hurry up.
Nips
you
out and
know what I'm
everything.
saying? But then I posted that whole interaction on my Instagram, and I got a good response. Everybody was like, "Oh, I need that shirt. I like that shirt." So I'm like, "I bet." So then I just made more. We did the DTG, and these are not actually 100% finished, because I gotta add, we gotta add the rhinestones on it too. You feel me? To make it sparkle and shine. You feel me? And then that's why I would ask you about that. To use that space, because I'm gonna use that for advertising for this shirt.
Oh,
you know what I mean? So yeah, man. Shout out to Mike.
What is that feeling like when you see people just maybe out and about? You'll see them wear your shirt, celebrity. What is that feeling like? How does that make you feel?
But it feels great, bro. It feels great. Because it makes me it's kind of like a little validation that people actually like really vibing with me and my pieces. And it shows that I can really make some cool stuff out here that people will actually wear. You know. So yeah, the feeling is outstanding, bro. And then like I said, it's my son's name, so I got my son's name out here, and people just really showing love. So yeah, it's great, bro. Yeah, man. And it proves to me that I can, that like I said, the community is really vibing with me.
Yeah, I think the community is behind you, especially after this. Though, I think people will get to see like more of who you are and decide like, oh yeah, I want to. You've been a genuine dude, bro. I'm telling you, this is why I wanted to do this. My girl too pushing me to like, yo,
you gotta get him in here. That's love. I appreciate it.
Yeah, bro. I think you're a breath of fresh air in this space.
Thank you, bro.
This city, I'm telling you, I grew up here. I know. Been around some people where it's like, but just to see that someone as good as you is prospering, that makes me feel good. That city that I grew up in, the city that I love, is receiving you well and championing.
Facts. Yeah, I appreciate it. But then I got a good team behind me. I got like my outside business partners that are out of state, that's helping push me. And then I got my people that I have that join my team as well locally. You know what I mean? So shout out to we got Sevi from Sevi Outlets. I got him on my team. He's super dope. You know what I mean? We got Chanel from the Plug Exclusives. You know what I mean? Super dope. We got Soul from Soli. We got the homie Cinco. He really helped us with our first location because he's down in the skate community. I mean, so all his little homies, him and Sherm, they really helped us, and Sherm's girl, they really helped us out. And then now we got the homie BJ with his ventures and stuff like that. So it's like a group, but it's like that's why it's Hause Collective, because it's a collective of us in one house. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not doing every single thing by myself. I'm doing a lot. You feel me? But everything I'm not doing myself. You know, I got these guys helping me in the shop because when they in the shop, now I got an off day. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, these guys are helping me. You know, making sure the shop is running. You know, as efficient as it is. And they promoting their own brands and their own stuff too. So that's why when people come in the shop, I make sure that all the vendors that I have, they keep their own tags. I know most stores don't do that. They want all the tags under the store tag. You know what I mean? But that's only promoting the store. You feel me? So my vendors, I make sure that they keep their own tags. So now people can follow that vendor. You know, so now they growing their business and people be like, oh, okay, I like the stuff that he got. You know, make sure I follow him. You know, so now that's growing their business. Because people will come to the store and they'll follow us, you know what I'm saying? But I want them to show love to the people that's in our store as well.
Yeah. That's dope, bro. And that's what we need in this space.
Yeah.
Before we wrap up, let me ask you one more question, and I'll open up to the floor before we leave. But when I first went to your shop, I got to see your family in there, and I saw how important your wife is to you. Talk to me about how much of an importance your relationship is, and how much it drives you.
Bro, it's super important, bro. Everything I do is for my family. You know what I mean? Like I said, when I came out here, bro, I came out here with my mom's, my sister, and then they moved back to North Carolina a year later. But I decided to stay because me and my shorty, we was together. You know what I mean? We just got a dog. You know what I mean? I can't just leave. You feel me? So, yeah, everything I do is started off for her. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure that I'm, you know, being the man that I really wanted to be. And I've done a lot of growing, you know, and like and exploring and figuring out, you know, who I am as a man and what type of man I want to be. And then I'm not with like the baby mama vibes. Like I don't do all that because out of my friends group, I'm the last one to have a baby, to have kids, and I seen all them have like baby mamas and stuff, and I seen the stress and the drama they go through. And then I came from a separate household, and I never wanted to put my kids through that. You know, having to choose like who house they want to sleep at. You want to live with your mom or your pop? Because I had to make that choice. My policy was like, you want to live with me or you want to live with your moms. I mean, and I chose to live with my mom because I had two sisters and I wanted to be the man in the house. You feel me? I can't just, you know, just leave them alone and go kick it with the pops. You feel me? So when I met my wife, I was like, we, you know, we having kids and, you know what I'm saying? We solid, we locked in. I mean, I'm not going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. So like relationships is super important to me. And like I said, I got these kids, so I'm trying to show them what true love is really about. And show them how a man is actually supposed to treat their woman. You feel me? So yeah, man, like I said, everything I do is for them. You know what I'm saying? That's why the brand is in my son's name, you know, and I bring them to work. So maybe they can take over this. They ain't gotta worry about, you know, working at Mickey D's, you feel me? They can, you know, they can run the shop, you know what I'm saying, for me, and I do other things. You know what I mean? So yeah, everything I do is for them and make sure that, you know what I'm saying, everybody, each purchase, you know, is basically helping me feed them. You know, and I feel like some people understand that and they really vibe with me like that, you know what I'm saying, because of that. But yeah, man, yeah, family is everything, bro. That's why I move how I move, and I try to show more Southern hospitality and try to push like family vibes and push people to have kids, you know what I mean? Because that's just the type of vibes that I'm on, you know what I mean? So that's why I try to push that.
That's beautiful. I love pushing that narrative. I love pushing that agenda. You know, we in the city of Las Vegas, like there's a lot of degeneracy. So to see somebody, you know, prove actual like family values and you know, love.
Yeah.
I like that. I like to see that.
Cause yeah, and then with me, bro, like I'm actually like deeply in love with my wife. You know what I'm saying? It's like my best friend. Like I like her. I don't know, some of the homies, like I'll be like, bro, do you even like your girl, bro? You maybe like I tolerate her. I'm like, damn, bro, like you gotta like your shorty. You know what I mean? So that's why, you know, obviously, you know what I mean? I say everything I do is for her, you know, and make sure that she, you know what I'm saying? I'm the man that she always dreamed of, the husband that she always dreamed of.
No bullshit, fool. Like right now, just talking to you and just like hearing you describe, you know, the love you have for your wife. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I felt like a little fuzzy feeling right here. Like, it made me feel like I don't know how to explain it. We're like a little power up. I felt more love for my girl. Like, I love.
Yeah, facts,
you know,
bro.
just to hear how you love your girl made me love my girl a little more.
Yeah,
you know? Like,
that's why I'm happy that you actually still with your girl, bro. Like I told you, like most people who came in the shop that was with their people, it's a lot of people that are still just not together anymore. You know what I'm saying? And you one of them people that are still together. So that means y'all got a real strong bond.
Yeah.
And you got to keep that, bro, because it's hard because people always ask me for like relationship advice and stuff like that, and it's hard to find a genuine person out here in Vegas.
Yeah.
You feel me? Good
Oh,
thing,
yeah. Oh,
good
yeah.
thing. My shorty, she found me. I'm not from Vegas.
Yeah.
You feel me? And then she not from Vegas. You feel me? So it's just like, yeah, she been out here, but she not from Vegas. You feel me? So it's just like, it's hard to find, that type of vibe and somebody who want to actually like build a foundation and grow with you. Because me and we both entrepreneurs, so we trying to build like this little empire together, and it's hard for people to find, that person that's on the same type of vibes. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like, she came to me at a time where like I had given up on looking for something. I was just like, fuck it, like I'm gonna just do me, and then right there. And I knew instantly like this is where I have to.
Right, yeah. Yeah, at first, bro, I kind of like, I didn't know what was in front of me. Like, she knew, of course, but I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? Because she told me, I think it was like the first 3 months, she was like, I love you. And I was like, why? I'm like, you lying, bro. I was like she's lying, bro. I'm like, get out of here, you feel me? Because I ain't really know what true love is, but she opened that up and she showed me what it really is, you know what I mean? But she taught me a lot, you feel me? Like, I learned a lot about women that I didn't know, you know what I'm saying, before her. Like, even when it comes to like hair, like I know what a lace front is now. You know what I mean? I know when that shit be flapping. I know what you ain't do right. You know what I mean? So it's crazy, you know what I'm saying, what she taught me. Anything with just everything in life, bro. Like, she taught me a lot. Yeah.
They call the feminine touch, manly touch.
Yeah, they say behind, you know what I'm saying, a strong man is always a strong woman. You feel me? So yeah, that's definitely facts. And a happy wife, a happy life. You feel me? So it's all good. Yeah.
So for any upcoming clothing brands, designers that want to get into Hause Collective, what is the requirements? Right.
Yeah. I mean, that's a tough one, bro. Because people DM me all the time trying to get into the shop, bro. And
like, I just put some crosses on a sweatsuit, bro. Yeah. Let me sell in there.
Yeah, it be kind of tough, bro. Because I try to vibe with everybody, and I don't like letting people down or like acting like we too good for the next person. But then I can't like accept every brand. You feel me? Because then we gonna be too packed or too crowded, or then it seems like just anybody can be in the shop. You feel me? Or any brand could be in the shop. I just try to look for people who already started selling and they already got good sales. And you prove that the community already vibing with your stuff. Because I don't want my store to be your test run for your designs or for your brand. You feel me? I want people to already start. Like, you got an Instagram. Like, for example, the homie Dolo Bean. He's already been selling. You know, he got a good presence online. You feel me? And he wanted to get in the shop. For me, so yeah, we can get, you know what I'm saying, get some pieces like that in the shop. You know what I'm saying? But then it just all depends on like the quality of the pieces. Because like I said, I personally don't get jiggy with heat press. You know what I mean? Because of the quality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you wash that shirt once or twice, now it's cracking. You know what I'm saying? It's peeling off and stuff like that. And all they gonna remember is, I got this from the Hause Collective. You feel me? I'm like, dang, I don't want to just pump out any type of stuff. So I feel like if you guys want to get jiggy with the shop, just make sure you already started working.
Have quality.
Yeah, you got quality pieces. You already started working. You selling, and you prove that the people are already vibing with you. But like, I just like, if you come to me, like, I would love to see, what your Instagram looking like. Come with some pieces. Let me see with it. I would love to see you outside at First Friday with me, or at these pop-ups with me, because then that shows that you're really trying to get to it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want people just find a design on Instagram and slap it on and think they got a brand, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody got a clothing brand right now, but no one is really honestly trying to get to it hands on, you know what I'm saying? So I like to see that type of stuff. You actually working, you trying to get to it, you at these pop-ups, you networking, you selling your pieces. Because then that shows to me that you really getting to it and you're gonna be promoting it. You're not just gonna just eat off the store presence, you know what I'm saying? It's just going to be like the next step in your brand. I'll say get started, that's the first step, and then start selling, it's the next step, and then the store, the Hause Collective should be like the third step once you already, solidified. Okay,
so does Keion do freelance work?
Yes, I do, most definitely, but to an extent, you know what I mean? Like I was saying, for example, this lady, she wanted one shirt. So yeah, I'll make one shirt for you. But if I feel like, say if she wanted one shirt, but they come to me, they want 100 of these screen printed with these colors, that's gonna be a lot. You feel me? And then I will push that to my next homie. I got like 2 homies that really be getting to it, that do max production for other people's brand. You know what I'm saying? They don't really, they take their brand seriously, but they bread and butter is printing for other people too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So then I'll push that off to them.
Manufacturing.
Yeah. But they be out here getting to it. Like my homie DP, he be getting to it. Untamed Humanity.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's my homie. He be getting to it.
Yeah.
Like I said, he can do like max production. You feel me? He even helped me sometimes with my screens. He'll make my screens for me and stuff like that. And my other homie RJ, his brand is Lame and Bitter. They be getting to it when it comes to like max production for brands. I do like small quantities. You want like a simple color, I mean, I'll do it, you know. But when it comes to like super big projects, I feel like that would take away from my brand, you know, because now I got to print these 100 orders for you when I can, because right now I got stuff to print for my brand right now, so that's going to take away. But if I feel like I can fit it in my schedule, I'll do it. But then if I can't, I'll just pass it to the homies, you know what I'm saying, and make sure they eat too.
You said DP?
Yeah.
Yeah,
DP.
shout out to him because, like,
Yes.
when earlier in the month, I was trying to get something done for my daughter's birthday, and I was like, yo, who does DTG? And I had hit up the homie 32 because he had done his merch through him. I had talked to DP, and he's like, I'm not doing DTG at this moment. So I put it up, like, who does it? And everybody, a lot of people don't know what DTG means. So, like, they kept sending me him, and then I was just like, wow, like, the people are behind him, like the community is behind him. That's why I reacted. I was like, wow. Like,
it's crazy how me and him connect because my wife does his wife lashes and wax. You feel me? And my wife, she was like, I'm one of my clients actually makes clothes too. Y'all should connect. And then that's how we connect. You know what I mean? So I'm like, that's pretty dope. I see somebody out here that's, you know, doing the same thing that I'm doing. You feel me? And I've been trying to get him in the shop too, man. But he been playing, man. You know what I mean? But
he be get on it, DP.
Yeah, but he focused on. He got other things to focus on. Like I said, he's printing for other brands and stuff like that. And that's his bread and butter. You feel me? So I feel like he getting to it as well. He be doing his shit too, but I feel like he been doing a lot of stuff for other brands, you know what I mean? And that's cool too, because I be passing them off other jobs, you know what I mean? Just off the love. Yeah,
that's love, bro. You're not gatekeeping that thing. You're like, hey, I can't, but
yeah, 100%, bro. Yeah, because that's another thing you was talking about when those 2 stores were going at it, bro. I feel like there's enough out here for all of us. You know what I mean? It's millions of people out here, you feel me? I can't serve them all. I mean, he can't serve them all, you feel me? So it's just we can serve some, you know, feel me? A good selection of them, and that's what everybody can do. We can all serve these people out here, you know, and not have to, like, battle and collapse against each other. We can all just, like, come together and just be pumping out dope pieces, you feel me? So, yeah man.
Anything else? Nothing? All right, well, this here camera, let them know where they can find you at. Anything you want to promote, let them know about the t-shirt.
Yeah, facts. My name is Keion. Make sure y'all follow the brand Xage Bell, XAGE.Bell on Instagram. And you can follow the store, the Hause Collective LV. The house is spelled with the A, so HAUSE Collective LV. You can check us out on Instagram. We do got an event coming up, celebrate the store 4-year anniversary. Make sure y'all follow us on Instagram and stay updated about that.
More details coming soon.
Yes, sir. And we got this new Michael Jackson shirt. Will be available this weekend in store. We just trying to do some promo for it. But, you know, get ready for the Michael Jackson movie coming out on the 24th. Sir. Appreciate y'all, man.
Thank you so much for coming through.
All love, man.
This has been another episode of The Real Thing Podcast presented to you by the Creative Genius Studios. I'm AnVe, a.k.a. Mr. Northtown's Finest. And I'll see you guys on the next one.
Yes, sir.
Peace out.